Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm Needlecraft Annie and this is flosstube number 51. We still have 2 days of August left, therefore 2 days of a vlog style video. And thereafter I'm going to just update you what I've done the rest of the week. So yeah, let's start with my first vlog. Today is Sunday the 30th of August and yesterday was Saturday, so non-full coverage stitching day. On non-full coverage stitching days I always stitch on Temperature Garden by Stitchin' Mommy to get back up to date and fill everything up that I can so far. So that's what I did yesterday. And this is, I first show you a picture of what it looked like last time here. And this is where I'm at right now. So this is stitched on a 28 count 1/1 full cross. The needleminder is from Lakeside Needlecraft. And yesterday I stitched this flower and started the last one for August. There are still 3 days missing. And then I will move down to September. My next my next non-full coverage stitching day will be on Wednesday. Then I can finish August and theoretically have already the first flower petal for September, but I would have to count so much that I will leave that one out and just finish August, and Wednesday in a week I'm going to start with September. So yeah, that's that one. It got quite cool again in the end of August. Now it's a bit nicer, so we'll see how September is going to turn out. This is where I'm at with that one. Okay, next I then worked on my non-full coverage project for the day, which was Lilac Fairy. It's a kit by Bavako, everything in there, the Ada, the threads, even the metallic thread down here in her dress will be some of that one. Yeah, so that's what I stitched on yesterday. I show you a picture of what it looked like last time here. And this is where I'm at right now. Super, super happy with how that one's turning out. This is stitched on a 14 count pale lilac Ada. The needleminder is from 1-2-3 stitch. It's normally stitched 2/1, except for this background in here. That's stitched 1/1 to give it some nice texture. So yesterday I concentrated a lot on her face, on the butterfly. I finished all the stars up in the sky and down here. And then I decided to stitch around her arm. Every color that was touching some backstitch lines, I did one strand of those. So then I could backstitch her face and her hand. I love how her face has turned out. It's looking so gorgeous. Her hand, well, okay. But with this one, backstitching is a real pain. Because you're not stitching like around the squares, stuff like that. With almost every backstitch, you stitch exactly in the square. And one of those Ada squares is normally 4 threads. And I saw kits and I saw patterns where you kind of stitch in between, in the middle, directly in the middle of the Ada square. Stuff like that. With fractional stitches and stuff, you do that. That's fine. With this kit, you're not only stitching in the middle, but you kind of have to stitch down here, so in the lower quarter of, kind of a quarter stitch of a quarter. It's super annoying, it's super complicated to get the needle through. Really hard work, not fun at all. And I'm definitely not looking forward to her dress with all this backstitching, because it's exactly the same. I looked it up on the chart, it's exactly the same. You're not stitching around the squares, you're stitching in the squares. Super, super annoying. But the result is stunning. Especially her face is just amazing. So next time I stitch on this one, I probably finish off her hair There's a few brown stitches still missing, and then the flower in here and those ribbons that flow down her hair. And then I can move into the wing. I did a bit in the wing yesterday because with the stars I had some thread on my needle left, so I decided to just finish that off in the wing. Yeah, so that's Lilac Fairy. She's looking amazing. I really love how her face turned out. I mean, that's just amazing. But annoying. Yeah, so that's her. Happy with how far I got. Yeah. I'm looking forward to stitch on her some more, but as I have mentioned in a few of my other videos, this is the year of full coverage. So if I don't reach my goal on my non-full coverage pieces, that's not as bad as if I don't reach my goals on my full coverage pieces, because for my full coverage pieces, I decided to participate in some challenges and I want to finish those challenges. Therefore, I kind of concentrate more on the full coverage pieces than on my non-full coverage pieces. And I know, especially with Lilac Fairy, I'm really sure I won't get my year-end goal done. But that's the way it is, because my year-end goal for Lilac Fairy is to finish. And I have now close to completed the top third. Then I have to do the middle third, which is not a whole lot of stitching, but the bottom third is completely full coverage. And including, as I said, that super annoying backstitching and stuff like that. So yeah, still a lot to do. I highly doubt that I will be able to do that. But let's see. For today is a full coverage day, so I want to get my goal done on that one. But let's see which one that is. So here is my full coverage wheel. Mini Katie and Cruncher, my goal is already met, so if that one gets chosen, I just spin again, and then we'll see what I'm going to stitch on today. Dragon Dancer. I go get the project and show you. This is Dragon Dancer, artwork by Anne Stokes, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. If you have seen my last video, you already know that this one will come out in the beginning of September as well. So for the 3rd and 4th, so Thursday and Friday, I will stitch on this one as well. So yeah, nice to start some on this one. Yeah, and I'm going to show you what it looks like right now. I'm stitching on page number 12, the first page of the second row. And that's where I'm at with that one. I actually really hope that I will be able to finish that page. Over here there are only 2 colors, so that side will definitely be done tomorrow morning. And then I have to move over here. There are a few more colors, but I really hope that I will be able to finish that page. That would be really nice. And then I can, next time in September, move up to this page over here. And I'm kind of close to finishing my year-end goal on this one. I think 4,000 stitches only missing. I did already about 12,000 this year, so only 4,000 missing. Yeah, so looking forward to getting some more progress into this one. It's stitched on a 32 count 2/1 10 stitch, and yeah, that's where I'm at. I bring this page a bit closer. The page break is about here on the bottom, and yeah, I'm not sure where the page break over here is, but on the bottom it's around here, so I don't have a whole lot to do on this page. Yeah, so looking forward to get some more progress on this one. With that said, I'm going to get started with some stitching, and I see you tomorrow at noon, something like that, because tomorrow I have to work, so I'm coming back a little bit later. That's it, and I see you tomorrow. Bye. Everyone, today is the 31st of August, which means it's the last day of August and also my last day of Arbitrary August. It's again a full coverage day, so later on I will see what I'm going to stitch on today. First of all, I'm going to show you what I did yesterday on Dragon Dancer. My piece for yesterday, the artwork is by Anne Stokes and it's charted by Havelin of Designs. I worked on this page, page number 12, the first page of the second row. And I was awake way too long, but I finished the page. I needed a bit more than 1,300 stitches. So as I said, I stayed up for way too long. But yeah, the page is done. This is stitched on a 32 count 2 over 1 10 stitch needle minder, just a magnet. I feathered a lot into the next pages, especially in down here and over here as well. I feathered a lot. Therefore, it's not a clear page break, but yeah, the page is done. So next time I can start over here on this page, and I only have about 3,000 stitches left for my year-end goal. So this page will probably not be finished till the rest of the year. But yeah, that's fine by me. I did those 2 pages this year, so that's cool. Yeah, I'm stitching on this one next on Thursday and Friday for Supersized September, because it's not a supersized piece, but it's really close with 625 on 802 stitches. So it's really big, as you can also see on the fabric. But yeah, it's really big, but I'm going to stitch on it next on Thursday, so starting that page, and it should be done in about 3 or 4 more stitching days. So that's really cool. Thursday and Friday, both days have to work, therefore I won't be able to do 3,000 stitches in 2 days. Otherwise, on 3 days, that might be possible, but as I said, no free days, I have to work both days. So, sadly, not going to finish my year-end goal on that one. Okay, now let's see what I'm going to stitch on today. Here is my full coverage wheel. Mini Katie and Cruncher, I have already finished my goal, so if that one gets chosen, I won't stitch on that one. So, let's see what it's going to be instead. The chimney sweep. I was waiting for Mini Magic Mirror because that one is the only one I have not yet stitched on during Arbitrary August, and I will not stitch on it during Arbitrary August because it has never been chosen. All other projects I stitched on, I think 2 projects I only stitched once, but all the other projects I stitched more often on them. For example, a Jimmy Sweep, that will be the 3rd time I stitch on this one. So yeah, it's kind of cool that it's so close to Mini Magic Mirror and still not getting called. But on tomorrow I have already spun the wheel and I will stitch on Mini Magic Mirror tomorrow. But I'm going to show you that one tomorrow. I will check in shortly to show you what I did today and what I'm going to do for the rest of the week. Now I'm going to get the Jimmy Sweep and show you where I'm at with that one. Okay, this is the chimney sweep. It's charted by Golden Kite. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. And this one I'm stitching cross country, picking the next color up in this corner and completing it over the whole piece before I move on to the next color. This is what it looks like right now. Because I'm stitching all white in the, at the moment, you probably can't see a lot. It's a 25 count white, light blue even weave, and I'm stitching 2 over 1 10 stitch. You can see shining through the threads that I carried quite a lot. I'm presently stitching on a color that is already done in the upper half of the pattern and still needs to be done in the bottom part. Then I move to one color that has not a whole lot of stitches, so I hope that I will be able to finish both of them. And the next color thereafter fills quite a lot. There are like close to whole pages only that color. So that then will be my last color. So yeah, we'll see how far I get. I actually hope to finish those 2 colors and start the next one, because then it's super fast. The needleminder is from Danka Designs, and yeah, I already told you fabric count. So this is where I'm at right now, slowly moving forward. The chimney will be in here, so the figure will be sitting over here, stuff like that. But yeah, I get going with some stitching because it's already 2 p.m. And I have to go to bed early because of early shifts tomorrow. So yeah, I'm going to get started and check in again tomorrow morning, or yeah, probably afternoon, when I'm back from work. So see you then. Bye. Hi everyone. It's now Tuesday, the 1st of September. Arbitrary August is over. My vlog style videos are over. I have yesterday's progress here, but then I have all the whips here I'm going to stitch on for the rest of the week, until I film again. So I'm going to show you all of that, and yeah, let's get started. Yesterday I worked on the chimney sweep by Golden Kite. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. And I'm stitching this one, Extreme Cross Country. You saw it yesterday, so I'm just going to show you where I'm at. This is where I'm at right now. It's stitched on 25 count 2/110 stitch. Needleminder is from Danka Designs. I finished the color I was working on last time, which was one of those whites that I had to finish up over the bottom half of the pattern. So I did some more in here. And then I started the next color up in here, finished that completely through the design. I actually was worried that I did not have enough thread because it was a blended thread, and one of the colors I only had 1 length of thread still left, so I need that one. But yeah, it was enough to finish the color over the complete pattern. So now I've started with the next color, which will fill a whole lot of those top row of pages. So I have started in this corner, filled in here quite a lot. I think about about 300 stitches up in here. Yeah, and that's going to be the last color for the year, because for my year-end goal I have about 4,000 stitches left. So that probably will fill up the first page and move into the second one. But that's probably it. So yeah, I already can see some of the outlines of stuff, where stuff is going to be. But that might be because I have the picture and the pattern both in front of me, and now I actually have some problems to figuring stuff out. So it's probably because I had picture and pattern in front of me. But yeah, happy how far I've got. Yesterday I did a bit more than 700 stitches, so reached my goal. Yeah, very happy with that. So that's been the chimney sweep. As I told you last week, I think, for treble stitching, I used the Tiny Stockings Ornaments kit by Bosilla, and I said I will be stitching on this one only one day, because today the new clue of the Grimm's Fairy Tale cell was released. But I had to leave this morning at 5 a.m. for work, and that's way too early to get up, start printing the new pattern and kitting it up to take it with me. So I took this one once again with me to work and stitched on it for 2 days. The one I stitched on was this here up there, those flowers. I show you a picture of what it looked like last time here. And I finished it. And then that's been it. So I have not yet started on the next one. So therefore, that's that. These are tiny scraps of 14 count Ada. and I'm stitching 2 over 1. As I told you last time with this one, a hell of a lot backstitching. So you can see all those stitches in here are completely surrounded by backstitch, in here as well, and then all those flower petals are individually backstitched. That took a long time. Probably more time than cross-stitching the whole thing. But I like the result, and that's the main thing. So yeah, that's that one. Next one is finished. I now have 10 finished this year and 6 more to go, and all of them are started. So I should be able to finish it this year, but yeah, no guarantee on that one. Okay, as I said, for treble stitching, from tomorrow on out, I'm going to stitch on the Grimm's Fairy Tale cell until I have finished the September part. So this is what that's going to look like when it's done, and September is this one down here. So bring it a bit closer. That's where I'm going to stitch on next. And I show you where I'm at. Presently I have clue number 8 completed, and yeah, that's that one. So this is stitched on 16 count Ada, 2 over 1 full cross. The Ada is hand dyed per Picture This Bless in the colorway Jade. And yeah, that's that one. There are 3 different colors of Week Starworks in there, the rest is DNC. And I'm going to start down here on clue number 9. Hopefully tomorrow. I should get some treble stitching in tomorrow, but you'll never know. So we'll see about that. But that's going to be the thing I start with for treble stitching. And when I'm done with that one, I go back to the tiny stockings. Hopefully, I will be able to finish the Grimm's Fairy Tale cell during September, so I have some more time on the stockings, because then I'm sure I will finish them till the end of the year, which is the ultimate goal. Okay, in my last video I already explained my September rotation to you, but I just do a quick refresher. I decided to call it Supersized September. I'm going to have each week 1 non-full coverage stitching day, and thereafter 3 2-day rotations. The first 2 2-day rotations will be on one of my big projects, so 250,000 stitches or more, and the last 2-day rotation will be on a small one. Today is the first day of September, and my non-full coverage days are Wednesdays, so tomorrow. So I have 1 day on one of the small projects, and the one that was chosen was Mini Magic Mirror, artwork by Anne Stokes, and charted by Heaven of Designs. This is what it's going to look like when it's done, and this is where I'm at. It's the only project I started in the top left corner because I wanted to try diagonal parking and I didn't like it, so now I'm stitching kind of cross-country across the page. This is where I'm at, so I hope for a page finish kind of soon, not today. I have a lot of things to do still today, and I was already working, so not a whole lot of stitching, but you never know. This one is a 28 count. I'm stitching 2 over 1 10 stitch. Needleminder is from Denka Designs, and I bring the page a bit closer. This is where I'm at with that one. So yeah, as I said, I hope for a good amount of stitches today, but honestly I doubt it. I probably do this video and then I have to leave. Yeah, so if I get about 2 or 3 hours, that would be great, but I'm not sure I will get that much. So we'll see. We'll see. You never know. On Wednesday, as I said, is non-full coverage day. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I probably just pick something where I'm close to finish my goal, to get that done, but I'm not sure about that. We'll just see. It's a surprise for me as well, so for you too. Maybe I stitch some more on Mini Magic Mirror because today I won't get my daily stitch count done. So probably something like that. Okay, next one on Thursday and Friday as a big project is Dragon Dancer, also artwork by Anne Stokes and also charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. I stitched on that one the day before yesterday because it got chosen with Arbitrary August. And then I finished that page. So now I'm going to start on this page over here. There are only 3,000 stitches missing for my year-end goal. So maybe getting closer to that one during those 2 days. It's stitched on a 32 count linen 2/110 stitch and the needle minder just a magnet. So yeah, that's that one. Over here, it should get a bit brighter, so brighter flowers, paler pinks, stuff like that. So that's kind of fun to get some new colors, some more interesting colors maybe. Yeah, that's Dragon Dancer. I probably, most likely, come back to film on Saturday, but I'm not sure yet. If I don't, on Saturday and Sunday, I'm going to stitch on Supersized Max Color Once Upon a Fairy Tale. Artwork is by Amy Stewart and charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. This is what it's going to look like when it's done, and I have started in this top corner. Not a lot done yet. So I show you where I'm at with that one as well. Even though you probably will see it again on Saturday without any stitching in there. So that's that one. This is stitched on a 40 count 1/110 stitch. Needle minder is from Lakeside Needlecraft. And it says Happy New Year because this one was my New Year, New Start. So everything you see was stitched this year. Those are about 4,000 stitches. So I have a quarter of my year-end goal done. Still a lot to do. Yeah, that's that one. Hopefully getting good progress in this one because it's the rain reason for my Supersized September. Both my supersized pieces have the year-end goal of 16,000 stitches, and both of them are barely started with the year-end goal. So that's why I needed something like Supersized September. Okay, I think I showed you everything I'm going to stitch on during next week or the rest of the week until I come back on probably Saturday. So I'm going to go start stitching if I have the time left. And yeah, for you it's about in a minute or some seconds. I'm going to show you what I did over the week, and yeah, see you then. Bye. Hi everyone. I'm now finally back. It's already Monday. I said I was trying to get back to you on Saturday, but it got Monday. So now I have stitched all of the pieces I showed you during this video already that I'm going to stitch on them. I know I showed them to you just a few seconds before. Nevertheless, I'm going to show you pictures of what it looked like last time before because I showed you a whole lot of pieces. And I kind of, if I watch flosstube, I kind of like to see the comparison between what it looked like before and what it looks like right now. So I'm going to show you pictures in between. Yeah, I think that's everything I wanted to say. Let's get started. I know this is probably a very long video because I already have half an hour with all my vlog style stuff. And now I have to like a whole whip update video here for you, and in the end spinning the tiny decisions wheel with you to show you the projects I'm going to stitch on next week. I'm sorry for that. I mean, some of you probably like long videos, some of you probably don't. So for those who don't like long videos, I'm sorry. For those of you who like long videos, you're welcome. Yeah, it's just the way it turned out this week and last week as well. Going forward during September, probably just going back to my normal half an hour videos, I think. But yeah, today probably a bit of a longer one. Let's get started. Whip update, let's start with travel stitching. So travel stitching for me is the Grimm's Fairy Tale cell by Clouds Factory. And on the 1st of September, so a week ago, the next clue has been released. It's clue number 9. And this is what it's going to look like when it's completely, or when it's done with all those 9 parts. And down here, that's part number 9. Bring it a bit closer. it's not, yeah. That's what it's going to look like when it's done, and I show you a picture of what it looked like last time here. So last time you saw it, I just had part 8 completed, and this is where I'm at right now. I started part number 9, that's the whole piece. I bring part 9 a bit closer. I just did those, flower stems. Started with those. Because I normally take my travel stitching with me to work, and I arrived there and wanted to start stitching and realized I forgot my scissors, which then means I can only use pre-cutted thread, which is fine. Normally I have something on my bobbin, but it also means I can only use the thread if I know I will completely finish that length of thread, because then I can tuck the ends below some stitches, and they don't get on my nerves because they tangle with my stitching thread. If I leave a longer end because I can't cut it and rewind it on my bobbin, I will always have it in my way. So yeah, I decided to go with the green down there because it's a lot of green. They're still not finished. I think 2 more of the small ones and 1 more big one. Until now I have finished that part. So I knew that I will use a lot of thread. After that I have used up all my pre-cutted thread on this color. So yeah, it's been 3 lengths of thread. Probably would have gotten a bit more done, but just didn't work. A bit sad, but that's the way it goes. This is stitched on a 16 count Ada 2/1/4 cross by, the fabric is by Picture This Plus in the colorway Jade. And yeah, I show you the whole piece once again. That's that one. As I said, a bit sad that I did not get a whole lot done. But yeah, that's the way it is. And once, forgot to say this, the needle minder is from Just Too Heavenly. Everything I tell you, needle minders, and projects are all linked below, except when I don't find a project online. I have a few that have been taken down from the designer websites, or I, from the beginning, could never find them. So those are not linked below, but normally all my projects and needle minders, or the needle minder shops, are linked below. Okay, that's been travel stitching. On the 1st of September was one day for a small project, and the one that got spun was Mini Magic Mirror. The artwork is by Anne Stokes, and it's by Heaven of Designs. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. And I show you a picture of what it looked like last time here. And this is where I'm at right now. So on the first day, on Tuesday, I already told you in my last video that, or before? I'm not sure. I think a few seconds before or minutes, that I did not have a lot of time, and I actually did not get my goal of 630 daily stitches done. I picked colors over here and then completed them over the whole page. If I had some thread left on my needle, I completed the thread wherever that color went next. So it's kind of cool because up in here, let's see how we can do that. Those are already the arcs of the mirror. I think I already got a bit into the second one. And down here, that's her hairline. So that's super cool. I'm really happy with that one. It's stitched on 28 count 2/1 10 stitch needle minder, is from Denka Designs. As I said on the first day, I did not get my stitch count goal done. I think I did about 500, so 130 missing. The next day was my non-full coverage day, but I wasn't sure what I'm going to stitch on anyway. So I decided to just get myself above those 630 stitches over 2 days. So I did, I think, 150 more on the second day. Yeah. So that's where I'm at with that one now. I'm getting closer to the page finish. There's still quite a lot missing, but I'm getting closer, and quite a lot of colors. So yeah. here we go. It should come up probably sometime in September again, I hope at least. Otherwise, I'm going to concentrate on it probably around October, November, because that's when I'm going to start on concentrating to just completing my goals and working on projects for a long time to complete my goals. Okay. As I already said, on Wednesday, non-full coverage stitching day, again, I did not have a whole lot of time. I completed Mini Magic Mirror, the stitches I wanted to do the day before. I did not stitch on Temperature Garden, which I normally do on my non-full coverage days, but it would only have been 3 flower petals. And that's not worth taking the whole project out with the color chart, so which temperature means which color, the chart itself, my bullet journal where I keep track of the temperatures, and then start stitching probably with 3 different colors, each color 15 stitches. Not worth it. Honestly, not worth it, especially because on Wednesday I also had to work and not a whole lot of time. I wanted to complete Mini Magic Mirror, I wanted to do something else as well. So therefore, no Temperature Garden, which means next Wednesday, so the day after tomorrow, I will have to do a lot of Temperature Garden, but that's fine. It's worth it taking the project out. But I had, after Mini Magic Mirror, I had some more time, so I decided to pull out Sleepy Hollow by Glen & Place. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. And honestly, I started on this one at around 9 o'clock in the evening. So, as I said, for Temperature Garden, if I would have stitched on Temperature Garden, I probably would have finished it at 9:30 or 10 p.m. And then I would have not stitched on anything else anymore. With this one, I think I stitched till around 11 o'clock, something like that. So, yeah, that's what it's going to look like when it's done. And I show a picture of what it looked like last time here. Okay, this is where I'm at right now. So, I'm happy with what I did. Last time you saw this, I was presently backstitching that. I backstitched all those motifs up in the top. I did the spider web, and then I started the picture below. Just one length of thread in that brown for one of those branches. And that's it. So for my year-end goal, I now only have to put in all those beads around pumpkin and skull. That's probably what it's going to look like when it's done. A lot of beads around those 2 motifs over here as well, and again around the pumpkin. So quite a lot of beads for such a small amount of stitching, but I hope to be able to do that in one more day, probably Halloween itself, or just because I want to finish some goals next Wednesday. I'm not sure, but yeah, that's what it's looking like right now. It's stitched on 28 count casual linen in the colorway Haunted by Pictureless Plus, and the needleminder is from Denka Designs. As you can see, still a whole lot of fabric left, which also means a whole lot of stitching. But yeah, I'm really happy with how I did on this one. Really cool. Okay, that's Sleepy Hollow, and that's been my non-full coverage day. So thereafter, I started on one of my big projects. So I have 4 big projects, so 250,000 stitches and more. And the one I started on was Dragon Dancer, also charted by Heaven and Earth Designs, and the artwork is by Anne Stokes. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. And I show you a picture of what it looked like last time here. So this is where I'm at right now. As I told you last time, I started on this page because that one is now done. And the first day, I stitched 1 color over the whole page. I reached my goal of a bit more than 630 stitches. So I packed it away because it was already quite late. I'm sorry, I have to get that quite soon. The beeping, I don't know if you hear it. But yeah, I stitched on one color, did a bit more than 630 stitches on that color and packed it away. And the next day I still had some stitches of that color left. So I think overall I did close to 1,300 stitches in 2 days. And I think I stitched in 2 or 3 colors. Oh no, down here I did 2 or 3. So yeah, I stitched 2 colors and then about 50 stitches down here in 2 or 3 different colors. The rest of it was all only in 2 colors. So not super exciting. This is stitched on a 32 count linen 2/110 stitch, needle minder, just a magnet. And yeah, that's where I'm at with that one. So now for my year-end goal, I have less than 2,000 stitches left, which is quite cool. And I'm going to get that now. Okay, as I said, about 2,000 stitches left for my year-end goal, which means 2 or 3 quite good stitching days. And this one is done for the year, which is quite cool because during September, I have a lot of rotations on those big projects and only 4 big projects. So this should come up once again. And maybe I can then finish it in one of those 2-day rotations. So yeah, that's cool. And that's where I'm at right now. So I stitched on this one on Thursday and Friday. And Friday evening, I had a night shift. So for night shift, I always take projects with me. And this time, I decided to take 2 projects and I actually stitched on both of them, which is rare. I normally take around 4 projects with me. This time I had 3. And I stitched on 2 of them. That's rare because normally I only stitch up 1 of them. But as I said, I stitched on both. The first I took with me and stitched on was a Twisted Band Sampler by Northern Expressions Needlework. I had an accident with some border here, but it's only the pattern. So only a printed pattern. The original, I bought the PDF, so I could print it once again, but I can still read everything, and so I decided to just leave it and save the printing. So yeah, that's what it looks when it's done, and I'm presently stitching on band number 4. Till the end of the year, I actually want to finish band number 8, which is this one down here, about half of the whole thing. I highly doubt that. Presently, as I said, I'm stitching on band number 4. I show you a picture of what it looked like last time here. So this is where I'm at right now. As I said, this is band number 4. It consists out of 2 parts. They are the same, but in 2 different colors. The first color I have already finished, and now I'm presently stitching on the second one. This is stitched on a 32 count white opalescent linen 1/2 with dinky dyes, and the needle minder is from Denkai Designs. So I'm showing you a bit closer that band. So as I said, in here I did everything already. There are some rice stitches. That's the ones I already did completely in the second color. Then some scallop stitches on the outside. That's the ones I started with. And in the middle there are some race stitches. So I bring it up closer so you may be able to see the specialty stitches. Yeah, so that's where I'm at with that one. Quite happy. During the night shift, I finished those rice stitches and started the scallop stitches. So, oops, sorry. I have some night shifts, I think in September or maybe in October. So I probably bring this one once again and maybe finish the scallop and start with the rice stitches, and the next night shift then actually finish band number 4. That would be nice. So yeah, that's where I'm at with that one. Really happy with how it turns out. As I said, I highly doubt that I will be able to reach my year-end goal, but nevertheless, it looks quite nice. Okay, second project I took with me is my all-time night shift project, kind of. That's the one I always take. It's Royal Games number 1 by Mirabilia. Queen of Hearts is done, and I'm presently stitching on the Queen of Spades. So I show you a picture of what it looked like last time here. So this is where I'm at right now with Royal Games number 1. It's also stitched on a 32 count white overlaced linen, but 2/2 with DMC. And I did a lot in here. So I finished a bit more around her sleeve, that black, and then I started in here with her glove and that one darker part. That's done, and next I will continue from the top to bottom and with her glove, and then maybe reach those roses in her hand or above her hand. So yeah, that's the part that I stitched on. Yeah, looking forward to stitch some more on her. I should finally start to put some beads in because, sorry, all those holes in here are still going to be beads. All those holes in here are going to be beads. So there are a lot of beads that I still have to do. Yeah, not looking forward to that one actually, but it has to be done and it will look fabulous when it's done. But there are still a lot of places where beads are going to be and I have not yet stitched next to it, and that's normally what I want to finish first before I start beading, because it's easier to first cross stitch and put the beads on top instead of put the beads and then have to stitch the cross stitches kind of below the beads. So that's not my favorite. Therefore, I will have to complete a few more colors or threads to finally be able to bead. But yeah, that's where I'm at with her right now. Once again, the needle minders are both from Denka Designs. This one is a tacky pop needle minder, which means you can put your beads on and they don't fall off even if you put it upside down. Yeah, happy with that one. As I said, first I stitched on twist band sampler during night shift and then on that one. I think I had 1 hour on this one, 1.5, so I'm really happy with what I did. So yeah, okay, that's that one. As I said, night shift on Friday, and that's the reason I did not film on Saturday. I did not have that in my mind when I told you I'm going to film on Saturday. After night shifts, I normally sleep till around 12 or 1 o'clock. This time it was more like 1 o'clock. And I have a hard time getting up, doing stuff on those days. So filming where I have to concentrate and speak not my language, but English, it's hard. So I decided to just leave it. I already showed you the project that I planned to stitch on Saturday and Sunday, so no use in filming, I think, especially super tired. And yeah, I sometimes even notice that when I film after an early shift, so I have to get up in the morning at around 4, then work and then come back and immediately start to film. In those videos, I always notice that it's harder for me to explain stuff, it's harder for me to find the right words. So I decided after the night shift I'm not going to film, and instead I'm coming back today on Monday. So yeah, Saturday and Sunday I already showed the project I planned to stitch on, and that's the one I actually stitched on. Supersized Max Color Once Upon a Fairy Tale. Charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. Artwork is by Amy Stewart. This is what it's going to look like when it's done, and I'm up in here in that corner. I'm still not at 1% done, even after 2 days of working on it. But yeah, that's fine. I show you a picture of what it looked like last time here. And I just realized I kind of lost my needle. So that one's somewhere around here probably. I hope I don't step in it. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Sorry. Large fabric, more problems. Yeah, so this is where I'm at right now. I'm super happy with what I did. I finished the column, the diagonal I was working on last time, started the next one, and even the next one is close to being done. So I have a few colors left in that block, and then only that block down here, and that diagonal would be done as well. But yesterday, when I had about 500 stitches, the thread started to knot itself all the time. I could not do 2 or 3 stitches without the thread knotting. And I packed it away for, I think, 2 or 3 hours before I started again. And then it got way too late until I finally reached my goal. So yeah, that's that. No finish of that diagonal. It would have been super nice, but just not working. So okay, this is what I did. The lantern is close to being done. There's a few stitches left in that corner and then the shadow of the lamp. Over here, the books, you can see it better now, or more clearly. I'm going to start bringing it down next. So yeah, looking forward to that. And yeah, just a bit more on those branches in here, those branches over here. I have started, I don't know if you can see it on the pen, or sorry, on the picture. I have started with this kind of window in here. So yeah, that's those bright bluish parts, and there will be some blue over here as well for that window. This one is stitched on a 40 count 1/110 stitch. The needle minder is from Lakeside Needlecraft. I bring it a bit closer because the stitches are super tiny. In here there are a bit more than 5,000 stitches, so super tiny. Yeah, looking forward to it. When I finish this block down here, I will have reached the bottom of page number 1, which is nice. But I decided to ignore the page breaks and just continue in my diagonals. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. Super happy with that one. I'm so happy with how it turns out. I mean, it's super annoying because of the amount of colors and the confetti in there. So for the lantern, that block in here, in the middle of the lantern, it took me 1.5 hours, about 1.5 hours for 100 stitches. That's super annoying, but mostly I had 1 or 2 Z's, and I couldn't park them anywhere close because, as you can see, that's the only brighter spot in here, especially with those yellowish colors. It was so annoying, and honestly, the back is so thick, so bulky, but that's just the way it is, I think. At least the way I stitch and I start and end my threads, and I'm fine with that. I don't have a problem with bulky backs. As long as I can get my needles through and find my holes for the front, I have no problem with bulky backs. And I did not have a problem to get my needle through, so that's fine. But yeah, it was super annoying to stitch for 1.5 hours and only get about 100 stitches done. Not fun, really not fun. But yeah, it's worth it. It absolutely is worth it. It looks fabulous. So yeah, that's that one. And that's everything I stitched on. So now we're going to see what I'm going to stitch on next. As I said, today is Monday, so for today and tomorrow I still need one of the small projects. Okay, not working. One of the small projects. Those are all the small projects I presently have, and we're going to see what I'm going to stitch on today and tomorrow. Mini Magic Mirror, that's nice. I don't have to get that project. I already have it here. So I'll show you once again. That's Mini Magic Mirror, Artwork and Stokes, which I did have enough designs. And I'm going to continue on page number 1. Again, I show you because I kind of like that. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Going to continue on page number 1. In 2 days, I might be able to finish page number 1. That would be really nice. So we'll see how that one goes. Then on Wednesday, it's a non-full coverage stitching day. As I said, I have a lot to do on Temperature Garden. I have to work on Wednesday. And I have one of the shifts I don't like. So I'm not starting super early, but I have an early shift. And the next day I also have an early shift, so I have to get to bed early. That normally means I don't have a lot of stitching time. But as I said, Temperature Garden, if I finish that one, it would be super nice to stitch some more on Sleepy Hollow and maybe actually finish my year-end goal, just to have some goals finished. And then I'm not sure what I'm going to stitch on. If I still have time, I might find something else. I might do some more in Mini Magic Mirror if I don't get the page finished in those 2 days. I don't know. We'll see about that. Temperature Garden is set, probably Sleepy Hollow, and the rest we're going to see. But then on Thursday and Friday, I need a big project. So here's my big wheel for Supersized September. And I'm going to stitch on Supersized Max Color Cliffhanger. I'm going to get that in a second. And on Saturday, Sunday, again, I need one of those big projects. And there I'm going to stitch on Supersized Max Color Once Upon a Fairy Tale. I have already have that here, so I'm going to get Cliffhanger and show you. So this is Supersized Max Color Cliffhanger, Heaven and Earth Designs, and artwork is by Amy Stewart. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. For this one, I'm going with random pages. So I have a Tiny Decisions wheel for that one as well, where I decide which page to go next. And randomly, it always took the page diagonal. So this one is also stitched on 40 count, 1/110 stitch. Needleminders from Denka Designs, and I'm working on that page over here, hoping to get some more progress into that. I won't be able to finish that one. Like Supersized Max Color Once Upon a Fairy Tale, it takes a lot of time. So yeah, but a bit more progress in this page would be super nice. Yeah, that's that one. And yes, those are real pages. It's the 40 count that makes them so small. Here we go. Yeah, as I said, I'm kind of looking forward to stitching on that one because both of those Supersized Max Color ones, I have about a quarter done of my year-end goal. On Cliffhanger, actually less than a quarter. And I need 16,000 stitches till the end of the year. So I have to get started. Otherwise, I won't be able to finish it. And that's the reason for my Supersized September. Because both of them need a lot of attention to get me closer to my year-end goal. And therefore, it's nice that both of them get called. Supersized Max Color Once Upon a Fairy Tale. I'm not going to show you that one again because I just showed you 2 minutes ago. But yeah, that's Cliffhanger. And yeah, looking forward to spend some time on that. And that's all my plans for next week. So that's it with my video. I think it's long enough. I have no idea how long it is, but I think I'm talking for quite some time already today, and I know it has been half an hour for all the stuff before today. So I'm going to end this one here and start uploading it. Probably takes a lot of time. But yeah, I'm looking forward for comments or stuff like that from you. It's always nice to get some feedback and talk with you. But yeah, I get started stitching, hopefully for a page finish on Mini Magic Mirror. That would be nice. Yeah, that's it. I hope you have had a wonderful week and are going to have a wonderful week till next time we see each other. Yeah, that's it. Bye.